Today is all about bunnies. It's the last day of days of Moonlight, so I wanted to commemorate it with being a bunny, seeing a bunny, taking a lot of pictures of them, and we're starting not with taking pictures. Unfortunately, as a bunny, you don't have a chance to use a camera. And since, again, my challenge is to take real pictures in side game with no editing, so screenshots don't really count. So we're starting with a little journey of a bunny. We're starting at my little home, and I wanted to see how cute the bunny is, but realized that when you're very close to it, the camera is not in the right spot. And so when you want to face the bunny, it ends up cutting it, unfortunately. So I tried different ways going from underneath, but as you can see, it always cuts it. I actually wonder if it's the same on PC. I'm playing on PlayStation, so I'm a bit more limited to what I can do. So let's go and take a little adventure. I really wanted to see how and what's going to happen with the bunny when you are flying, and I thought jumping from a home place was the perfect opportunity, and you have no control. Because you can't use wings, you just don't have them. What ends up, you're just grooving with the flow. And here you can see it in real time. It's very slow, and then you're at the mercy. So I thought I need to speed up the whole footage, otherwise it will take forever. And I actually had an idea to travel through this world that has portals to different locations. And I had something completely different in mind, but again, as a bunny, you go with the flow of the wind. It's poetic and philosophical as it can be. So that's why I actually didn't end up where I was planning to, but I think my journey was pretty cool. So yeah, I was trying to get through all the clouds, and it was so slow and so confusing as a bunny. So here I'm slowed down again the footage for you to see. This is not even, I think it's double the speed. This is so slow. It was very painful to fly, and also again, you can't jump, you can't do anything. So I wanted to land on that little boat, missed it, and after that it was kind of all downhill because I lost a cloud. So I had to cut a bunch of footage because it was taking me too long to get to a location. But the airway was actually quite helpful because at least I managed to speed up a little bit there and not lose the height. So here I was kind of thinking I will land on a boat, but then I was no wait, if I land on a boat, I can't go where I'm planning to. So here I am holding to wind as I can. And very painstakingly moving to the location. And so when I was going to my final destination, I realized that it will take me forever because it's kind of on the other side of the loop. So I was okay, let me go and travel somewhere else. And I thought it would be cool to go to the Prince world, the world with stars and everything, because there's a lot of clouds, so you can go around. And also I thought, since it's the days of the moonlight, the starry night sky would fit the aesthetic. Everything is dark and blue and peaceful. So I got here and I was wait, the only thing I can really do is just go in clouds, and that's it. I can't really land anywhere, so it's no, sticking to the plan, going where I was planning to go. So I headed back, and what you're gonna see is the expression of the universe of the game telling me that no, I shouldn't be going there. I have an adventure here. It pushed me back. It pushed me back twice. So this was the first time I was like, okay, I'll try again. I wasn't losing my trajectory at first. So I was like, I need to exit and then return back. And here you go. I'm like trying again, but the universe was like, nah, we're not letting you back in. And this took me a while, this whole journey. So, but I wasn't looking at the time, how much is left to be a bunny. So I was like, okay, scrap the old idea. Let's go and explore here. And I was like, there's actually one location where it would be quite cool to go as a bunny. And I think for, again, the last day, it would be quite poetic. So I started heading down. And also on the way, I was like, oh, a bunny in a garden. That's kind of cute. And I thought I will go on a little pit stop around all the different flowers, and it's so nice that they light up a bunny in a little like red and pink colors. It's quite cute, and I really like the sound of these flowers. I haven't visited this world in a while, so I was quite happy to just roam around for a little bit before I went to a very secluded place. But again, I wasn't really paying attention on how much I have left being a bunny. So when I finally, through all the clouds and very slow movement, got there, had a little complication on my journey. So definitely need to be way more attentive to timers of like temporary costumes and everything. Happens to me a lot. So yeah, I've landed. I was like, great, I'm on the path now. I'm focused. Boom, the time finished. I was kind of disappointed because I realized how much time I've actually spent. Not that I was enjoying myself, but this wasn't the goal. So I came back. I was like, no, I have an idea. I like the idea. I want to reach my destination. So here we go again. I'm not going to bore you with all the path that I had to redo again, but just like a little something here is that I was a bit too courageous with wind and I lost it. So I was going to the depths where I couldn't come back. Nothing I tried to do led me back up. I guess metaphor for real life, if you want. It's hard to get back from the bottom. And there was a moment where I almost felt like the wind picked me up, and I almost felt like maybe I will be able to go back up and continue. But then it never unfortunately happened. So I wasn't trying to give up, but eventually I was like, again, the timer is running. So chop, I need to restart that. So without further ado, we're just gonna jump forward so that I don't bother you with all the journey that I had to take yet again. And this time I actually checked my time. So I was aware that I have enough time to do it. And I was like, no, I'm not like doing jumps on clouds. I'm going straight to the place where I can continue walking on sand. If you don't know about this place, or you might have completely forgotten about it, this was a part of the last chapter for A Little Prince story arc. I won't spoil you the details about what's going on if you haven't played this, but it has a lot of meaning on its own, and some of the items here that are placed in this kind of desert have meaning attached to the story. However, outside of it, it's still nice. And I was like, oh, I'm a bunny, I can go through these holes. No, they're like game closed, so you can't go through. I guess it's good when you're chibi, so you're not stuck, but as a bunny, it's a bit sad that I couldn't go through little holes. So I reached the first part, and again, I haven't visited this world for a while now, so I wasn't exactly sure where my end target was. So I reached the well and the campfire and was like, okay, let me see. So directly there, this is what happens to Little Prince. But over there, to the left, there is a little location for meditation and some peace. So I managed to find it pretty easily, which I was happy about. And here you can leave a boat to commemorate the loved ones. So I had some personal message I wanted to leave, some kind of like anniversary for somebody who passed away. So I did that. This is a boat for one of my relatives. And so there was already, unfortunately, time when I was no longer a bunny, so I wished the boat farewell and left. So if you're going, well, hey, where is the journey with photos, as you promise in this series? Here we go. We're starting now. What is it, like 10 minutes into the video? But I think it was important to commemorate the bunnies for the last day. And again, I tried some basic photos, but I was like, again, I have a plan today, the bunny extravaganza. Just checked, no ghost in the pagoda, and I started to wait for the bunny to appear. And I wasn't really sure, like when I was exploring this location, I've seen it, but I didn't record it on my camera. So it's like, I don't know how long I need to wait until it appears. So I sat down and decided to wait. This is a speed up, again, footage so that you don't sit with me all that time I had to. And I also was hoping that the person who is there, well, the sky kid that is there, gonna move so I can take pictures of the Moonlight bunny. And honestly, I don't know where you're from. Leave it in the comments below where you're from. But the reason why the bunny appears on the moon is that in some countries, as far as I understand, in Asian countries a lot, the way the creators on the moon make the shape reminds people of a bunny. So that's why it is there. There is like quickly a real bunny. And look, it's jumping there. It's quite cute. So I tried to snap some of the pictures as well. It was really funny. Like, I like the animation and I like how these little bunnies look and interact. It's simple, but it does the job. So after a while of me sitting there, I was like, something is not right. So I really tried to think, what can be wrong? Is it because I am having a camera pointed? So I moved the camera, sat down a little bit to try and see if that gonna change anything. And then I decided, okay, I probably need to switch the location. So I was like, maybe I need to sit here and maybe the bunny appears when you like drink tea and be in peace. But I was like, again, no, I've seen the bunny when I was flying around, not sitting. So it must be I'm doing something wrong. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna switch the location yet again and come closer to the moon. And that was a good idea. So here you go, it appears almost immediately, which is great. So at first I was like, I don't know if it's gonna disappear, if it's gonna run away. So I was like, snap pictures. But then I cooled down. It was like, it looks like the bunny does not go away. I can calmly take pictures. So I took some selfies. and more selfies. And I really liked this one, even though it's not very like in focus, but I'm saying goodbye to the whole season, so that's what I was trying to commemorate, and I think it worked quite well. This one is also quite good. And I was like, okay, I'll relocate a little bit so I have a little bit more of a different angle. But the moon is so good. I really think they did a good job with this peaceful space. And again, I was trying to do the trick of like using the camera as a tripod. So if you're on PlayStation, you need to double click the R1. And that's me just being cheesy, like a full tourist with sightseeing. But you have to do that. No, you need sometimes to let yourself be goofy and awkward. But I was like, okay, this is kind of getting to the end of what I wanted to do today. So I wanted to take more close-ups, and I really like this series of images. It didn't go to my best pick, but I still liked how I started like laughing and making faces with the bunny, like here. I think it's very Halloweeny, especially with the pumpkin being at the top. Oop. Yeah, it's just unfortunately my face is dark and not lit up very well, so that's why I decided that this is not the best images. And yes, I think that's it. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you also enjoyed Days of Moonlight. I'm very excited to see what comes next. And please subscribe if you like content like that. Let me know what you like to see or how to improve my content. And like this video, please. It will help me a lot to grow the channel and share the photos with everybody. See you in the next video. Bye bye.